He clocked the T, and I was like, oh, I'm like, you just catch the vibes. I think that's another superpower we have as trans women. The T is we really clock the energy in the room.
Yes, we can be like.
I sniffed it out, definitely.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I'm
I don't know what's wrong with me today. I can't get my intro down. Hi everyone, my name's Alexis Blake. I'm a trans woman. I share my life stories and opinions on social media. Welcome to today's video. How are you doing? I hope you're having a lovely week. TS Madison and GiGi Gorgeous. Love them both outspoken trans women. I've followed GiGi Gorgeous's transition for a long time. Her videos really helped me. So GiGi was on TS Madison's podcast. So we're just gonna watch some of those today. Have a little react together. If that sounds like your cup of tea, speaking of cups of tea, go grab yourself a hot drink, grab a glass of wine, whatever floats your boat. Grab a little drink. Let me know in the comments below what drink you got. And we'll watch these clips together. I need my drink. I'm telling you all to get your drinks, but I don't even have my drink. I have my Stanley fake cup. I used to look at people with cups this big and I would judge them and I would think, wow, how could anyone possibly drink that much? And you know what? I drink that much. So let's pop that down. A disclaimer, Liam is having his hair transplant, but by the time this is edited, he will have had his hair transplant, which means I have done the lighting and the sound and the filming, and I will be editing this video. So if it is terrible, Liam's my husband, for anyone who doesn't know. He does all the tech stuff because he's really good with that. If it's terrible, just let me know in the comments. You know, I can handle it. I can handle a bashing, it's fine. Okay, we've delayed and prolonged long enough. Have a drink and let's get into these blooming clips.
You got jammed up. What country was that? Dubai.
Bye.
And they had you trapped over there.
They did. It was so scary. Oh my God.
How long were you trapped in Dubai?
I was trapped there for, inevitably like the whole night because I had to stay at the airport, but they wouldn't let me through. The scariest part was the guy at TS.
The transsexual authority.
The transsexual, she'd probably chase her.
I need to pause it there, first of all. I love her laugh. T.S. Madison's laugh is iconic. From what I'm getting so far, GiGi was going through the airport and got clocked as a trans woman in Dubai. Liam always tells me off for calling it Dubai, but it's Dubai, isn't it? Obviously, as a couple, we want to travel, we want to see the world, we want to go to different places. The places we wouldn't go is where it's maybe illegal to be trans or it could be potentially dangerous to be trans there. I just personally wouldn't want to have that worry in the back of my head going to these places.
How the fuck do you know me before you even check my passport? Bye, girl. Oh, she was giving me eyes like 5 people down.
So it was a guy or it was a woman?
It was a guy. Yeah, I know. I was like, hi, like, let me get through. And I had like little short coral nails on and like a fucking camo hoodie, my short hair, natural hair, no makeup. It was like a 12-hour flight from Toronto. And he clocked me. I knew it. And he knew who I was. I knew he did. But
well, you are famous.
That's the thing as well. That's like not an ironic thing, but obviously GiGi is a very, I think, well-known trans woman because she's posted it all online. But then obviously what you post, you don't know who's seeing that content and where in the world. When I've looked at my analytics, it's across the whole world. It's not just like America and the UK. It's everywhere in all countries that you wouldn't think people would be watching trans people, if that makes sense. When one of my videos did somewhat well and I was out and about and someone recognized me, it was so cool, but at the same time, it was also like, oh my gosh, this person's recognizing me because they've seen me, but they also know I'm trans. And one of my biggest things for my transition was that I wanted to transition and be stealth and no one know. And ironically, I'm like very loud and proud online now. It's very different to how I imagined being a trans woman and putting our lives on social media and sharing our experiences. Everyone then automatically knows we're trans. There's no sort of denying it. There's no hiding behind it. Also, it's a part of me that I've learned to love. So that's just something I wanted to bring up. Anyway, back to the video.
I was so incognito, like it was like wild.
But GiGi, you had to remember, you are famous. People have watched you. YouTube is a place that everybody has. Even if a person doesn't have a television set, they have something to log into YouTube.
Right. Well, clearly she had known me.
Yes, and so
she was looking.
She had to probably.
Anyone who doesn't know, GiGi keeps saying she and then he. It's a really common LGBT thing to call everyone she, men and women. For instance, if I see Liam and he like looks really nice, I'm like, oh, she's slaying today. Like, it's just a really common thing, but I think that's what's confusing T.S. Madison. So it was a guy who clocked GiGi for being trans, and GiGi thinks it's because she has social media and they've seen her on it.
Watched you because I watched you give yourself a hormone shot.
Yeah, I don't even remember that. That's wild.
It was always like in your first parts of
Yeah.
something. I've seen you do it.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah. So
he clocked it. It was you?
He clocked the T. He started speaking not English. And I was like, oh, I'm fucked. Like, you just catch the vibes. I think that's another superpower we have as trans women. The T is we really clock the energy in the room.
We can be like,
I sniffed it out, definitely. I was like, oh, I'm fucked. Like, something is going on right now to me.
I think that's so interesting and it's so true. It's one thing that I didn't expect from transition art. It's something that I didn't know was going to happen. But once I began my transition, started presenting as Alexis, going into different spaces in public and sort of interacting with other people, you learn to be more cautious and aware of where you are, who you're with, what could potentially happen. It's like an instinctual thing. I think that's also coming from the point of possibly male privilege that I had before, that I didn't have to think about those things as much. I can honestly say now, as a very similar example, going through airport security in another country, yes, they might have sort of pro-LGBT laws. We all travel, don't like if you've travelled abroad and things, going through passport control in another country, it's always an odd feeling. You just feel really on edge. So I think having that laid with, please don't clock me, please don't know I'm trans, please don't raise any questions, please don't. It's just something that... There's a tiny fly. I'm really sorry. I keep seeing it. It's just something that I do think about now as well. Anyway, another clip.
How do you feel about everybody now claiming the trans umbrella?
That long, awkward pause. I just feel like, I don't know if Gigi wants to answer it. Maybe I'm wrong. Both of them, by the way, I just need to point out, they both look fierce, stunning, slay. Yeah, beautiful. Anyways, back to this.
It's become a little trivial, no?
Yeah. You can be candid because I've been candid on a few of the other episodes of the show.
I've been candid about this. I think it is delegitimate.
I understand. We understand.
Okay. It brings those narratives that are true down because you're trivializing it. I've had a few people in my life transition and then detransition, which is fine. I'm not saying that's not valid.
Right.
But I think with all of these other avenues opening up, it just gives people reason to want a little bit more attention and just claim something that they aren't for attention.
I feel like Gigi's kind of speaking in riddles here and I'm almost struggling a little bit. Let me know in the comments if you've worked everything out what she's saying. At first I thought they were both talking about sort of trans experience, the non-binary experience and how they're different. I thought that's where they were going with it. But then she started talking about detransitioners. Let's finish the clip and we'll give our opinion.
But I think I can most majority of the time clock it. I don't want to speak out of line because it's rude, but
because we're trying to respect everybody.
Yeah.
And we do that because
it's not always valid though.
Yeah, we do that. We try to respect everybody and we try to validate everybody's identity. We don't want to invalidate anybody's identity because we do know both of us have lived our transition lives
being doubted, I'm sure.
And publicly.
Yeah.
Like people have seen us, go from A to Z.
Yeah.
Or they've seen us go from broke to rich, or they've seen us to talk about our transition journey somewhere if they followed us for a long period of time.
Yeah.
There's so many people that I think now that are getting up saying, hey, I'm trans.
For a paycheck or a storyline?
Yeah. And I think that's what the government has latched onto and they're demonizing like all, even though they were going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
But it's just like.
For a short period of time, at least.
It's just like a lot of that shit is like a political ploy.
Portal.
Yeah. And I'm like, girl, like, okay, so you got 50 of these girls saying that they're trans now. Mm-hmm. And you're like, when we were in this space, like trans there were certain things that you had to.
Right. It's giving. So let's cut funding and let's not let them do that because they're taking advantage and it's delegitimizing.
Yeah, we know what you're saying. We know.
If anyone knows what happened in that second conversation, please let me know in the comments below because there was so many little pockets of information that I'm trying to decipher. Are people transitioning for public? Well, I mean, Do you know what? I'm asking that question. I know the own answer. Possibly, yeah. We might have seen some online, some people go viral who've transitioned for the wrong reasons, maybe for money, for fame, I don't know, attention, possibly. I can't speak because I'm not in people's heads, so I don't know. I can't claim. I would never sit there and say they're trans, they're not trans, they're trans. Because at the end of the day, if someone did that to me and said, you're not trans, I'll question my transness, which has been questioned by other content creators before. When people do that, I find it unfair. The other little bit about politicians using trans people for their own personal gain, it's nothing new. It's been happening for years. We're still seeing it now. I'm not going to go too much into that. I think they were talking about the trans and non-binary experience and how they overlap, but they're different. I think they were touching on those points as well. And how the trans umbrella, because that's the title of the video is a trans umbrella and it encompasses a lot of different people now. The way that they were communicating, it's like they had a code, and I feel like I needed a cheat sheet of their code to understand what they were saying at certain points, because I actually had no idea. Anyway, as always, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you did enjoy this kind of content, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. I promise, normally the videos are higher standard. Hopefully, do you know what? Do you know what, Alexis? You might do a really good job and you need to stop putting yourself down. I might do a really good job. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys, and I hope you have a lovely day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Goodbye.